Notice anything weird about this tank? This is an American Sherman, but it was captured by the Germans and was used as a German tank. Reusing tanks goes all the way back to the First World War, in which the Germans could not really produce any tanks, and so they captured British ones and French ones and used those and captured a lot more than any AV-7s that they ever produced. They only produced about 20. They captured hundreds of other tanks. Well, this continued on into World War II. As the Germans rolled into new countries, whether it was Czechoslovakia, Poland, or France, they were capturing a lot of tanks. Depending on what their needs were and how modernized the tanks were, depended on what they would do with them. But a lot of them, they would just remark and then start using. As the war continued against the Allies, if they captured any Soviet tanks, American tanks, British tanks, they continued to use those too. Obviously, it depended on how badly the tank was damaged, because you're really only capturing tanks if they've been heavily damaged. A lot of times they would just repair them, send them back out into the field. The Germans did not have that much equipment. They really didn't produce that many tanks of their own, and as the war progressed and they really had a lot less, they were really using anything they could capture. Because they would capture multiple tanks, if they could salvage parts from different tanks to turn into one or two or a handful of tanks that then they could reuse. All these tanks that I'm showing were just took over by the Germans after they were captured, even though they were American tanks or other allies. And not all of them were used for combat, at least direct combat in use of a tank. Because some of them they would pop the turret off and then use as a bunker instead. There's like a ton of examples of these. So if you just don't have enough parts, or if you don't really feel like the tank is good enough, you could then instead use it as a stationary bunker instead.